you was a face of 2012, so your pressure would have been through the roof, I can imagine.
Yeah.
It's the first time women's boxing was part of the Olympics.
London was crazy, as you know.
London 2012, which is obviously a big deal for us back then, wasn't it?
It was massive,
was
yeah.
your first Olympics.
Yeah.
How did it feel, the comparison between 2012 and the Rio Olympics, in terms of how you prepared, but also the pressure that you felt? I imagine the pressure ramped up for Rio.
Yeah, I think if you talk about London 2012, I can imagine it was very different stories for me and you. Like, you was a face of 2012, so your pressure would have been through the roof, I can imagine.
Yeah.
But for me, I was young, 19 years old, kind of inexperienced, not expected to produce any result. A few years before that, people had told me that I'd never compete on the world stage. I was told by the team selector that very unlikely I wouldn't be really considered for this cycle for London 2012. So I had a lot of kind of things that kind of doubted me going.
How did that make you feel though? Did that just push you on to be like, I'm going to prove everybody that I can make the team?
Yeah, I don't know how you found it, but I've literally found throughout my career, the more people say that I can't, or I won't be able to do this, or can you still perform at that level for any reason? Like, for me, it's just given me this massive drive.
Yeah.
Like, just proving people wrong almost feels like the best form of motivation you can get. And I've had that since I was young. And the whole way through, if I'm really honest, it's almost never really stopped. But I think at that young age, yeah, it just made me think, well, no, I want to be at London. I'm going to push for it. I'm going to do my very best to get there. And don't get me wrong, I went to competitions and I made mistakes and I thought maybe I'm not going to make the team. But I did. I got that phone call. It was a month before the Olympics in London, and I got a call to say I'm in. And yeah, I went and absolutely loved it. London was crazy, as you know, but home games is so rare, and I felt
so rare.
Yeah, like being able to experience that for the first Olympics for me, being able to experience that, I feel London just set me up completely.
Did you really soak it all up though? Were you able to take in like the magnitude of what London 2012 was, being home games?
I don't feel like I've ever really took a competition in.
Yeah.
If I'm really honest, I almost feel like I try and just dial everything down. So I walked into London, yeah, I knew it was big, but I almost was young and experienced and just taking it in my stride as well, which I think helped. But I don't like to look around. I don't like to look at other competitors. I don't really like to look up at how big the crowd is too much, or think how many millions are watching on TV or anything like that. I almost just try and think it's another comp. So I don't feel like, looking back at any competition I've done, I've really taken anything in too much, which on one side is a bit of a shame, but on the other side I feel like that's one thing that's really helped me perform the way I did at those comps.
You would never have gone on to do what you did because there's so much going on, isn't there, in the arena or on the track. There's just, like you say, there's the cameras and there's the crowds and there's just so much stimulation that if you allow your focus and your mind to go somewhere else, that's a small error that you make, and that's the difference between a medal and no medal, isn't it?
And like you say, there's distractions everywhere. And it's pretty endless when it comes to Olympics on these distractions you can find. So that's why I almost just try and just dial it down, and it's just like another competition. So I feel like I've been to all these countries and been to these amazing experiences, but have I really experienced them, like really, really, truly? I think to a certain level, but not till it's full of kind of extreme of what they are, which is almost a really weird thing to think about.
Yeah, but I think you'd almost rather it that way.
100% would rather it that way.
Yeah. And you've got the Olympic medal here. Can we have a little look?
Keep it in the sock. How do you keep yours?
Well, I keep mine in the box still, but I was saying the other day, the box is completely destroyed. It's like crumbled away.
Yeah.
But I think a sock's a good... If I take it out, I put it in a sock.
Okay, yeah.
So let's have a little look.
London, which you'll have fond memories of.
Oh,
Still quite pristine. I don't know
it's in great condition.
Yeah. I managed to keep those ones quite good.
And they're so big as well, aren't they? Like, everyone's always like, they're so heavy and they're so big.
Well, London were the first ones to do that type of medal, weren't they?
Yeah, they were always like this big before, like so tiny.
I feel like that's what an Olympic medal should be like. It should be massive,
weighty. Yeah. But this was the start, really, wasn't it, for you, for your kind of Olympic journey? And in a way, do you feel that a bronze medal was the right way to start your Olympic campaign? I mean, obviously you'd love a gold, but do you feel that it set you up for the next few Olympics?
100%. I think bronze was a really, really good medal to get for me. Like, of course, any medal is amazing, but I think because it was bronze, I think like what you're saying there, it really kind of geared me up to the next steps. I think, I think that was the perfect scenario, because we won the team bronze. So I think that's the team one there. So that's my first ever one. So we won a team medal, and that was a crazy shock for everyone.
Yeah.
And almost changed our sport in our country, which was crazy to be a part of that, and very, very surreal. But what it done was actually I had a pommel horse final coming up, and it just completely took pressure off me. I just got our team medal that I thought was a kind of a dream that was in, if it ever happened, of having my own Olympic medal, and I'd done it.
Yeah.
And we'd done it as a team. And for me, going to pommel horse final, I could just enjoy it. Like
do you think that being relaxed and just no tension, no stress, and just being in the moment really helped you in that performance?
Yeah, and I think London taught me that.
Yeah.
I think it taught me some massive lessons to move forwards from, because it taught me that mindset going into that pommel horse final was like, just go give my best shot, stay chilled, enjoy it, and just whatever happens, happens. And to have that kind of chilled mindset, I learned actually, I just competed the best routine I'd done, and it's come out with a bronze medal. So I need to just try and click into that mindset every single time I compete. But also, I've just competed in front of home crowd, which was absolutely nuts. Especially, I can imagine in your arena when you're talking about 8,000 people.
Yeah.
Like in our arena, it was crazy, and it definitely weren't 80,000 people, but it was a lot. And I remember the crowd just cheering. It turned into like this constant raw sound. There was no like fluctuating or cheering or anything. It was just like this raw. And I felt like if I can compete under this, then hopefully I can do it anywhere. So it just completely set me up. And the bronze medal just gave me kind of like real kind of fire to then think, okay, my next steps are to increase that.
When there are so many supplement brands springing up, it's so refreshing to find one that I trust when it comes to quality and impact. Arta's award-winning range, which targets everything from gut health and energy to metabolism and longevity, is formulated with great care by their passionate founder, Rhiann Stevenson. Arta's supplements combine the highest quality ingredients to deliver results that you can really feel. No half measures, no cutting corners, just innovative formulas designed to work. Taking care of my body is so critical to how I perform, how I feel every day, and ultimately how I age. I'm loving their new multivitamin Advanced Multi-Nutrient. This multi has an impressive list of over 40 vitamins, minerals, and herbs with specialized ingredients like wild blueberry, turmeric, sage. The list goes on. Right now, you can save 20% across their range with the code GOLDMINES. Head to arta.co today.
My golden moment would be winning gold at the 2012 Olympics. It was just such a special time. It was the first time women's boxing was part of the Olympics. So to be able to be involved in that and win a medal, and a gold medal as well, was awesome to be able to make history.
It's incredible. And we've asked you to bring in a few items that personify that journey and what it really took to get to that point. So will you share your first item with us and explain to us why you've brought this in today?
Yeah. So I've got my Olympic medal from 2012. The box has had a bit of wear and tear.
I mean, I am so glad your box looks like that, because my box looks like that as well. It's completely destroyed. It's like disintegrated.
Literally, it's like, I don't know what happened to the box. It just, But
when you open it up,
the medal's still intact. I guess that's the main thing, right?
That's the main thing. And it's still, I mean, what an incredible medal. Every time you look at that, it must just bring so many different emotions, but also emotions that have probably evolved over time. What does that medal mean to you now?
Oh, it means so much to me. It means a point of change. Getting women's boxing into the Olympics was a journey on its own. I don't even think many people knew that women even boxed before it was an Olympic sport. So going into that, I didn't realise, I guess I didn't know how people were going to take women's boxing, whether they're going to like it, whether we're going to be like, oh my God, no, this is horrible. And to win and have people embrace women's boxing the way they did, it just meant the world to me. And I guess, that's what this medal means. It means the point of change and a change for the better and the future generations. I was always the best female boxer we had. So I was always almost guaranteed to get a medal. So I always knew that it'd be good if one of the other girls step up and like take the pressure off me. But I always know the pressure is going to end up being on me at the end of it. And I think it wasn't until the turning point for me was after I won the semi-finals in the 2012 Olympics, and I was talking to my coach Rob McCracken, and he was saying, Nick, the other two girls have gone out, and for women's boxing in the UK to keep on going, we need a gold medal.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? No
That's
pressure.
some pressure. That is some serious pressure.
I know, right? But I mean, it's like, I guess I'm a straight talker and a straight shooter, and I like the same back. And I know there's a lot of boxers he could have never said that to because they'd have just fallen to
Crumbled,
pieces.
yeah.
That'd have been it. It's over. But for me, it was more. It just gave me more motivation. I've been there a million times before. I know what this pressure's like. But when I went back to the village and I was just laid down in my bed and I was just like, wow. And I was thinking about all the young girls that will be watching this, wanting to be a boxer one day and needing me to win. And then it was like, at that moment, it became more than just me winning a gold medal. It became, I'm actually doing this for everybody else as well. And it just gave me so much more like motivation and just passion and just fuel. It just, I don't know, it just really changed my mindset, and it just gave me this feeling of nobody is going to beat me in this finals, no matter what. Like you'd have had to have taken my arm off to beat me that day.
That's incredible though, because so many people in that situation would have been all-consuming and that would have been almost too much. But for you, it's always seemed like you've had that really good, that like kind of thought-feeling process where those thoughts can really translate into the right feeling, the right performance, and you know how to harness that.